Hey everybody, Tactical Guy here doing a quick review on the Leatherman Squirt Ps4 and the Gerber Vise. Both of these are pocket multi-tools in the sub $20 category. Size-wise, they're very tiny. You can see there they fit in your hand pretty good. Just real quick, like keychain item or small little pocket everyday carry type items. The price, again, price range is sub $20. Size-wise, they both have about the same length. The advertised length for the Leatherman is 2.25 inches and the Vise is 2.4. Blade length is 1.6 and 1.5, and the weight is 1.9 and 2 ounces respectively. This PS4 is actually a replacement unit. I originally had the Squirt Ps4, which was the main tool was pliers, and then they also have an S4, which was had the main tool as scissors. This is the PS4, which integrates both of them in a kind of a different configuration. My original one broke. The original pliers broke on my P4, and I sent it in. Leatherman has a very good 25-year warranty on it. They sent me this one back, which at the time was a little more expensive than what cost a little more than what I paid before. Construction-wise, both of them have stainless steel tools on them, aluminum liners. Anodizing on the Gerber is your standard kind of shiny, slick anodizing. It does have torque screw construction holding all the tools together so you could replace or tighten if you needed to. Anodizing on the Leatherman is kind of this chalky, different type of stuff that I really don't like. It's also riveted construction, so there's no tightening of tools. Of course, again, it's cheap. You know, if something breaks, throw it away, get it replaced. You saw the kind of the scratch on the Squirt. This has been in my pocket about 2 weeks. This one's been in my pocket for about a month, and there's almost a little bit of scratching on the edges, but nothing like what you see on that one. The other one just makes it look really, really horrible on that. Both riding in the same pocket, so it really doesn't. Can't really say one had more damage than the other or not. Keyring lanyard. They both got their standard little split ring keyring lanyard loops there. On the Leatherman, you could take the split ring off and fold this down out of the way, and it's pretty much gone. The blade has a little bit of a gap there to allow that to fold out of the way. On the Gerber Vise, that does not fold down. Actually, it looks like if you pulled that split ring off, you'd be able to push it in, but I don't know what would keep it in. It looks like it would just come back out. Knife-wise, the Leatherman has a nice little standard little pocket blade knife, single cut sharpening. It is very sharp from the factory. I really like it. The knife on the Gerber is a lot thicker. Again, the length on them were 1.6 and 1.5. Not really much difference. Sharpened portions really look to be the same. It's a lot thicker for kind of, if you need a little more purchase on the back to get your thumb off the thing you're doing. The sharp wise, it's a double cut sharpening job, but it's not sharp at all. I could really push down my finger and just do this all day long, and I'm not going to do any damage. Really don't care for that. But I can sharpen it up with my own little tools and not really worry about it. The Gerber Vise also has a serrated blade here on the other side. It feels to be a lot sharper, but that may just be because of the extra grippiness of the tooth cuts there. So it's kind of a nice feature to have a serrated blade to be able to cut rope or small wood, those kind of things. On the Gerber Vise, you also see here on the side there's a little graphic that shows serrated knife there, so you know that this is the knife side of the tool, and on this side there's a bottle for the bottle opener side of the tool, even though there are other tools over here too. File. The file on the Leatherman has a, try to get that to focus, it has a single cut on one side, a double diamond cut on the other, smooth on the back, and on the bottom is a nice rough cut. Pretty good purchase on that. It's got a lot of grip to it, as you can feel when you're pushing down on something that you're wanting to file on. It does really good. I like the file on this. However, the file on the Gerber is really just, I have to say it, it's almost just aesthetic only. It's got a double cut, a single cut, nothing on the edges, and it has almost no. It's slick. I think the outside of this has more grip than the file on this. It also has the little Phillips screwdriver as part of the file tip here. They've got these little notches cut out so you know it's a Phillips tool. I don't think you need it. I think you take away some of the strength of the tool, you're going to end up rounding off these edges if you get to work slipping on some Phillips screws. The Phillips on the Leatherman is your standard tapered type bit, just chiseled down to a point. So flathead on the, well, let's start with the Leatherman here. Your standard flathead with a bottle opener, nice big thick tool, works pretty good. On the Vise you have the same tool, but it's bigger. I mean, it's not bigger, but it's a nice big one with a bottle opener, but they also add this secondary bottle opener tooth. If you've ever tried to open a bottle with one of these, you know, you grab one tooth on the bottle cap and bend it up, and then you move to another one, then finally the cap comes off. But with this double grip, I think it'd probably come off a lot easier. This other little extension doesn't really serve much of a purpose at all. The Gerber also has a flathead type awl bit. You could say it's a small flathead or an awl for boring a little hole in something. It's a single side chisel point. But one benefit that the Leatherman has over the Gerber is the aforementioned scissors. Here they are. Open them up. See there, they've got a little spring-loaded kind of bar there. They're pretty sharp. They're pretty good for, you know, cutting little threads off of things or whatever. They're not going to save your life, or well, they might save your life, but they're nothing to write home about. They're good for little pocket scissors if you need to clip on something. Now let's get to the main tool, the pliers. Let's start with the Leatherman. Open it up. Spring loading on this one is from this cam spring here on the side. Nice long tip. Has the standard rivet style center pivot point. The pliers on this one are definitely improved over the S4 or the P4 I had before. This area here has been redesigned. This cutback notch here was more straight across this way, and that's right where it broke. I was holding a nut on a bolt that was going like this, is holding it, and when I twisted the bolt, it snapped right off. Just took one of the tips off. But these appear to be designed much better than the aforementioned ones. In comparison, the Gerber has a nice big jaw on it also. It has the tapered tip just like the other one. You can see their thickness wise back here in the base and the pivot area is definitely a lot better. You shouldn't see any problems with tips breaking off on this one. The spring mechanism on the Gerber seems to be internal. Yeah, there's probably a spring in between the two sections where they're riveted together somewhere around the central pivot point. Grip wise, you can see the mouth is a little bit more round, I guess, in the Gerber. Tips are about the same size. They both have a good closure on the end. So, I mean, pretty good. So, let's see. Wire cutters are pretty standard. Here on the Gerber, you can see how long that one is. I'm sorry, the Leatherman. Here on the Gerber, it's a little bit shorter. And let's see. Well, I guess that's about all the tools that are on there. Which one would I recommend? Well, let's see. The anodizing is better on the Vise. Yeah, the Gerber. The knife blade is better on the Leatherman. The serrated knife is only on the Gerber. The file is better on the Leatherman. Flathead screwdriver, kind of a push. Both of them are really exactly the same. Bottle opener, probably better on the Vise. This one has the little flathead awl. Phillips, I'm going to give that one to both of them. I think that it's fine for what it does. Pliers, they're going to be about the same, I think. The plier mouth is probably a little bit better on the Gerber, but you know, wire cutter maybe a little bit better on this one, maybe a little bit longer. And that extra liner, that really doesn't matter. So really, if you add them all up, they're pretty equal. I think if I had to have one in my pocket, if I was just going to buy just one of them, I would probably buy this one just because of the type of tool it is. It's just a little throwaway item, doesn't really matter. Not a throwaway, but I don't really see a huge need with the warranty of having to worry about tightening the tool up with these rivets. I can just put that in a vise and squash it down a little bit, or ball peen hammer that a little bit to give it a little bit of tightness. I don't think I'll be using it that much. Just something nice to have in your pocket. So I wouldn't say either one of them are Tacticrap. I think they're both Tacticool. Cool things to have in your pocket. So.